What the heck is a ward? Once a political division organizing Houston's earliest neighborhoods, wards no longer function as political districts, but people still use the names. First Ward, Fifth Ward, Sixth Ward. So what's a ward now, and why do they matter? This series looks at Houston's historic wards, not as political districts, but as living, breathing neighborhoods. All similar in age, but each different in spirit. Even though the boundaries disappeared, the identities and cultures didn't. We'll peel back the layers to see what makes each of these areas special. We're beginning with the First Ward. The First Ward was established in 1840, one of Houston's original 4 wards. At the time, there were no warehouses or rail yards. It was all farmland, planting to feed Houston's growing population. German immigrant families farmed here. There were natural springs that provided cleaner water than Buffalo Bayou. It was edge-of-town living. Proud, productive, practical. That's the first layer. As Houston grew, docks expanded nearby. Commerce Street became known as Produce Row. Warehouses emerged, and grocers, laborers, and railroad workers settled with their families. First Ward became a working community. People lived in the center. Work happened at the edges. That structure still reads today. Early urban growth didn't happen in massive master plan steps. It happened in small layers. A few blocks of housing, a strip of commerce, another few blocks beyond that. These weren't enormous suburbs. They were compact expansions, small enough to remain legible. You can still feel that scale here. What surprises me driving through First Ward now is how much room there still is. Vacant single-family lots sitting between older homes or townhouse fill-in. Larger tracts where businesses once stood. A few warehouse shells waiting for their next life. It doesn't feel maxed out. It feels like it still has runway. And yet, most of the older homes are maintained, not erased or abandoned. I saw neighbors visiting on sidewalks and porches, people working in their yards, families in pocket parks, joggers along the trail. Cyclists all around. The neighborhood feels occupied, and it feels enjoyed. If you look at the old rice dryers and adjacent warehouses, you can still read the industrial layer. These weren't decorative buildings, they were productive infrastructure. Today, many of the warehouses have been converted into artists' lofts and studios. They've been given facelifts that reveal their new stature, but their volume and open expanses still serve a purpose. The art here isn't random. It's curated, contextualized, managed. Murals are indexed and mapped. There's order, not rigidity. This doesn't feel like a gritty artist enclave forming in unused buildings. It feels like one that's matured. The edges of the neighborhood still generate work. It just looks more like art now. The western and southern edges have been commercialized, but in distinct ways. Towards 6th Ward, you'll find local eateries and entertainment. Gentrified, yes, but still local. No chain corridors dominating the experience. In the northwest corner, there's heavier commercialization. Grocery chains, hardware stores, daily needs. They're dropped into one area at whatever angle maximized land use. Strip center convenience, broken out of the mold, and relegated to a corner. It's made to fit as best it could, giving modern convenience a slightly clunky edge that somehow feels special. A neighborhood does require infrastructure. This way, the residential core holds, the edge serves a function. There's a stretch under the freeway along Houston Avenue that hasn't fully declared itself yet. I call it the seam. But it's anchored, a pizzeria that's been there for years, my favorite Belgian cafe, a rebuilt convenience store serving a necessary role. Not every block feels finished, but nothing feels abandoned. In 2014, a portion of High First Ward, about 55 homes, was designated as a historic district. It's a small pocket, but it reinforces something you can already feel. Parts of this neighborhood are being intentionally preserved. From farms and produce row to rail workers, rice dryers, and artist studios, nearly 2 centuries of iteration, and the structure still makes sense. First Ward doesn't feel like it's trying to reinvent itself. It feels like it's refining what it already was. The political boundaries may be gone, but the neighborhood is still living, still breathing. This is Houston's First Ward.